sorry for the delay. I'm not sure if YouTube is already getting the signal. But here we are. I'm Hannah Steenbock. I'm doing the 5th part of reading Prince Elsen's Ride, and here we go. Finally, it was time to get his friend onto his dragon. Elsen scratched his head. I don't know how to do this, he admitted to Fingin. I'm not strong enough to lift him up. We have practiced this, Fingin said. We can do this. I'll tell you how to help. Elsen took a deep breath. Good. What do I do? First, Garrick will have to be moved a little more out on the beach. I'm lying down and you need to bring him to me. Elsen watched the dragon flatten himself on the beach, several steps away. He still didn't quite understand what was going to happen, but he touched his friend's shoulder. Garrick? Fingin says you know how to get on his back? Pain lurked in the Dragonrider's eyes when he opened them. Yes, he whispered. But I do have to get you to him? Garrick nodded. Elsen took another breath. I can manage that, I think. But it will probably hurt. Yes, Garrick breathed a little sigh. Let's go. Elsen gritted his teeth, grabbed his friend's uninjured arm and pulled him up. Then he wrapped that arm around his shoulders, steadying Garrick on his feet. Carrying most of Garrick's weight, Elsen staggered towards Fingin. The shifting sand of the beach made it hard to keep his balance, but he reached the dragon without tripping. Now what? Fingin just rolled a little towards them, almost ending up on Elsen's feet. A shudder went through Garrick's body as he stood on his own, reaching for the harness with his good arm. Step back, Fingin said. Elsen took a few steps back, biting his lip. Garrick clung to the harness with grim determination as Fingin quickly rolled to his other side, fast enough to flip the Dragonrider's body up. Somehow Garrick ended up lying on Fingin's back. What would happen next? They surely couldn't fly like this. We could fly like this if we had to, Fingin explained, but you can make it much safer. Elsen took a deep breath. How do we do that? Climb up and put the safety straps on Garrick. That made sense. Elsen gingerly approached the dragon. How could he climb up without hurting Garrick? Fingin stretched out his foreleg. Step on me again. Elsen did so, steadying himself with one hand against the dragon's shoulder. Now help him move his legs into the riding position. Garrick didn't even react when Elsen tugged on his leg. He managed to bend it at the knee and slide it against the dragon's side. It was much heavier than he expected. Good. Now get up behind him and do the other side. Elsen swung his leg over Fingin's back slowly and carefully so he wouldn't kick Garrick. Arranging his friend's right leg seemed easier somehow. Following Fingin's instructions, Elsen tightened the buckles of the safety straps, both for his friend and himself. Are you ready? Elsen bit his lip again and looked around the beach, making sure they hadn't left anything behind. I suppose. When the dragon rose with the same mighty jump and huge strokes of his wings as earlier, Elsen started to relax. They were on their way home. Garrick would get the help he needed. And what would happen then? Elsen frowned. He wasn't supposed to talk to dragons, or love them, or rescue his friend. I won't tell anyone, Fingin reassured him, and Elsen realized that the dragon had been reading his mind. Was that how it worked in a bond? Much like this, yes. You are quite easy to listen and talk to. Sadness hit Elsen again like a fist punch to the heart. He would never have a dragon bond. That is true. That is who you are. But you can be friends with many dragons. Elsen froze. Are all dragons this wise? Fingin rumbled, a draconic laugh. No, and we don't often share our insight. I feel honored. Even better, you will be able to hear the truth from dragons. Whatever you will be, this is going to help you. Elsen blinked. What did Fingin know that he didn't? Just that you're a good friend and that you love dragons. We appreciate that. His heart filled. Maybe Fingin was right. Maybe this was the next best thing possible for him. They reached Asban Moor and the Dragon Tower after dark had fallen. Obviously, Fingin had told someone they were coming because the medic, 2 men with a stretcher, and Pesuma were waiting for them. "My prince," she called out as soon as Fingin had folded his wings. "I'm fine," he said quickly, "but Garrick is hurt. He broke his arm." She gave him a sharp look even as he unbuckled the safety straps, helping the medic to pull down his friend. The 2 men expertly bundled him onto the stretcher. Elsen swung his leg over and slid down Fingin's side. Pesuma frowned. "How did you manage all this?" "Be careful," Fingin whispered in his mind. Elsen shrugged. "Garrick told me what to do. He only passed out once we were airborne, and Fingin was careful." She nodded after a while. "I'll see to him now, and I'm calling another rider to take you home." "Thank you." He bowed to her and then patted Fingin's shoulder. "Thank you too." Pesuma frowned at him again. "Here's your ride, my prince." Elsen obeyed her gesture and walked to the dragon who was supposed to take him back to the palace. He thought a gentle hello to her, but she never responded. Her rider roughly pulled him up to sit behind him. "They say that Garrick will recover fully in time. Thanks for all your help." That was Fingin's voice, reaching him as the other dragon climbed into the dark sky and wheeled towards the palace. Elsen closed his eyes and focused his thoughts. "Thank you, my friend," he thought back. And the love and amusement flowing back to him sustained him through his mother's endless fussing and worrying after he got home. Elsen kept that horn on his desk for the rest of his life, and he kept talking to dragons whenever they let him. The end. Now, if you want to read more about Elsen, try my Cloudlands Saga series, where he actually has ended up being the king. And I think he is a good king. That's it. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. And let me know if you want me to read more of my stories to you. For now, it's bye.